Here are 13 YouTube automation niches that are untapped gems and they're still insanely early. Now guys, this is going to be a little bit of a different video to what I usually do. I've actually gone ahead and cherry picked 13 YouTube automation niches that are currently performing extremely well with little to no barrier to entry, and the last one is definitely going to shock you. And of course, really quick, if you want to join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. I always send these niches way earlier than what I actually do in reality in these videos, because of course, if you're in my Discord, you get access to a bunch of free information. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. I really want to make this, emphasis at the start. This is not financial advice. It's simply me giving my own opinion on the current state of YouTube automation. But yes, let's get straight into it and get into this absolute value bomb. Now, coming up first, we have a very, very unique niche. This niche is called Midnight Oracle, or this channel specifically. They've only started about 2 months ago, and they're posting videos on kind of the psychology of specific things. Now, for example, they post videos on the psychology of people who dress up their pets, the psychology of a mistress, the psychology of people who treat their pets like children. As you can see, only started about 2 months ago, and they're having a ton of outliers and success already. If we go ahead and filter by popular, you can see a bunch of their videos are absolutely popping off. Again, AI script, AI voice, insanely easy to replicate this niche. And you might be saying, well, how do I come up with the ideas? Super simple. Go on ChatGPT, send an example image of their most recent videos, just like that. And say, for example, copy this YouTube niche 1 for 1 and give me 20 ideas that have virality in the same niche. ChatGPT gave me a ton of different ideas. The psychology of people who feel lonely in crowds, the psychology of people who talk to animals like humans. Then you might be saying, well, how much is this channel making? If I had to guess, it's doing about 350K long form views a month. We're currently in Q4. RPM on this type of content would probably be about $6 or $7. Times that by 6, this one channel is doing about $2,000 a month right off the rip. And again, they only started about 2 months ago. Now, coming up next, we have a very unique niche, probably one of my favorite in today's video. This is obviously an ultra long form channel, meaning the videos are 3 to 4 hours long. They're entirely made with AI using an AI voice and AI script. And of course, because the videos are so long, there's way more ads to be played. People are falling asleep to the content, and the RPM is just astronomically higher than what it otherwise would be. Now, if I had to guesstimate these people's RPM, or this channel's RPM, they're pulling in about 200K long form views a month. RPM would probably be about $30. So this one channel only started about 3 months ago actually getting views, is currently doing about $6,000 a month. Now, if I go ahead and play one of these videos, you'll see how easy these are to make.
Word was carved into stone. Something else was already standing.
Literally just an ultra long form video with free to use background content, an AI voice, and an AI script. Really quickly, guys, if you want to make videos just like this, check out my personal software. It's called Produce.so. Head over to Generate Video. You can literally make 3-hour videos in a ton of different ultra long form niches in literal minutes. Press continue, choose a duration of the video, upload your audio file, and it will literally make you a 3-hour video in like less than 10 minutes. For example, here's a video I made earlier today in the avatar niche. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and all I had to do was upload my audio file.
He shouts, "Their cover is blown. Below, guards scramble and alarm."
You can see how astronomically insane this tool is. Now, I don't want to make this video an advertisement. I just wanted to kind of put that in there if you guys are looking to do an ultra long form channel specifically. Once again, if you want to check it out, it's Produce.so. If you want to get a coupon code to it, use the promo code RELEASE. It'll work for the first 2 people. It'll give you a 10% off. But without further ado, let's get back into the video. Next up, we have a very, very good and promising niche. This one is called Dollar Daddy. Now, I want to make this clear before I talk about this niche. They are not monetized yet. They only started about, I believe, 3 weeks ago. It's a brand new channel, but they've somehow found a way to turn the finance niche into something with virality. They're posting videos like, how long can you actually live off 500 grand in retirement? 7 signs you will retire early, even if it doesn't feel like it. Now, of course, if we check their view stats, these guys are pulling in about 162,000 long form views a month, and they only just started again. Now, if I show you one of these videos, you might be like, well, how do I make these videos, right? Like, they're hard, they're animated. Now, this is where it gets crazy. For example, let's say you wanted to copy one of these animation styles. You'd literally just take a screenshot of this specific moment in time, head over to Gemini or whatever software you might be using. You can even use ChatGPT to do this. And all I said was I uploaded one of their animation moments and I said, copy this exact image style, make the scene 20 seconds in the future where the guy is sitting upwards rather than lying down. And it made me the next part of the animation. So yes, it might look like it's a ton of work to kind of do these animations, but in reality, you can actually fast forward the process by just generating each scene individually, putting it about 10 seconds ahead and just compiling them into to obviously a video style. Now, again, it's not easy. I don't want to make this seem like it's some get rich quick scheme. This is quite still kind of tough. It does take a while to do an entire video, but obviously if you have the time and you want to build up a long-term niche like this, you could absolutely kill it. Now, again, because we're in the finance niche, RPM is probably going to be about $10 in a niche like this. And again, they only just started, so they're probably doing about 2 to 4K in revenue a month at the moment. Next up, we have Legion Lab. This is, again, another super interesting niche that follows that same animation style I was just talking about before, posting videos like every World War II country's infantry loadout ranked, every World War I rifle explained in 15 minutes, kind of related to world wars and stuff like that, and giving informative content in that space. Again, only started about 1 month ago doing this type of content, and you can see they're having a ton of success with outliers. I mean, 1 month ago, 76K views. Recently, they're just absolutely popping off. Again, we can see they are monetized at the moment, and if we go ahead and check their view stats profile, they're pulling in about 162,000 long form views a month, and they only just started doing well, pulling in about 20K views a day with an RPM of about $5. This one channel is probably printing about $100 a day passively. And again, you might be saying, well, how do I make these animations? You can actually do this very, very simply. Once again, take a screenshot, go ahead and send that to ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever software you might be using, and just ask it to generate whatever you need it to do. Again, super promising niche with a ton of potential. Next up, we have yet again another ultra long form niche that I think is absolutely killing it, right? So this guy here, Extinct Zoo, he is printing so much revenue. He's putting in millions and millions of views, but he's not doing ultra long form. And this is where I honestly think there's a ton of potential lacking. He's pulling in, if we go ahead and check his view stats profile, again, only started about 3 years ago. I know it might seem like a long time, but to have a long-term channel like this that's never going to die, that really isn't too long. Now, they're pulling in 12 million long-form views a month. They're posting videos like when summer lasted for 10 million years, kind of info on prehistoric stuff. And again, AI script, AI voice, and the background content is literally just free to use content that they've compiled together. Again, you can use Produce to make these videos for you in the ultra long-form space. Now, I would say try and do a niche like this, not so much in the regular long form space, but merging this into ultra long form. So 2 to 3 hour videos using AI script, AI voice, and obviously free to use content. And again, even if we be conservative and say that you only get 2% of the views they're getting, if you're getting 2% of 12 million, that's still 240K long form views a month. And again, if we combine this into ultra long form, RPM could be upwards of $25. So you're sitting on a $6,000 a month niche right here. And again, this is not financial advice. It's merely me giving my own opinion on where I think YouTube's currently at and kind of guesstimates on RPM and potential. Next up, we have Old Money Dynasty. This is yet again another insane niche. Now, they are actually posting ultra long form content. I don't know if I'd classify it as ultra long form. It's about 1 to an hour and a half videos. I probably still would classify it as that, but they're posting videos about kind of rich families. So the forgotten story of America's second largest home that survived 100 arson attempts, the Gilded Age mansion built to humiliate the Vanderbilts, kind of rich family history videos that are about lore, pulling in 1.3 million long form views a month. Now, as I said, they're only posting about 1 to an hour and a half videos. So RPM obviously isn't going to be insane. I'd say probably about $18 if I had to guess. So this one channel is probably pulling in about 25 grand a month at the moment. And funnily enough, if you do end up using Produce, we actually support this exact niche on Produce. So you can make these entire videos through Produce.so in literally minutes. Now, yes, that is another insanely good niche. And again, you don't need to use Produce. You can do it yourself. This is just for those that want to kind of speed up the process and want to automate like 5 to even 6 ultra long form channels. Next up, we have Sleepy American History. This is another ultra long form channel posting something I've never seen anybody do before. They're posting videos daily and they're absolutely killing it in ultra long form, which really you don't see very often. They're pulling in about, if you go and check their view stats, they're pulling in 600K long form views a month with a $25 RPM, making 15 grand a month around there. And they're posting videos like how every US president celebrated Christmas in the White House, how Americans spent Christmas morning then versus now, 20 rare White House Christmas facts, all these other US history based videos that are honestly doing insanely well. And again, they only started 1 month ago and now they're sitting on an actual gold mine. So we can see they are of course monetized. Next up, we have Willow Sleep. These guys are posting videos about Sherlock Holmes. This is insane. Essentially 8 hours of Sherlock Holmes mysteries, relaxing detective stories for sleep. Now they're posting about 6 to 8 hour long, ultra long form videos. Again, you might be saying, well, aren't these videos insanely hard to make? No, not really, because you obviously use AI to write the script, 11 Labs to do the voice, or Algro, or whatever software you might be using for AI TTS. And then you might be saying, well, how do I make the background images? So I actually went ahead and made a Sherlock Holmes folder on my PC and just made a ton of different background images that I could kind of use that I, of course, own. And if I scroll through, you can see how many AI images I managed to generate in this specific niche, over 51 that I can continuously just use. And I, of course, own the content. And you might be saying, well, how did you do this? I use vidIQ. It's 100% free to use. You don't have to pay for it. This isn't sponsored at all. And by scrolling down, you can see just how many Sherlock Holmes images I managed to generate through vidIQ by just giving them a reference from one of these videos and obviously just saying replicate this with a different style. So it is insanely easy to get the background content, kind of just reuse for all future videos. Again, we do support this on Produce, but I don't want to lock you guys in. I want anybody to be able to do an ultra long form niche and not need to pay an insane amount of money for a tool and just be able to do it yourself. So don't feel like you have to. Once again, get a ton of images, use AI for the script, use ChatGPT obviously to write the script, and then get an AI voice and literally just plop it on with automatic subtitles. Now, next up, this is one of the craziest niches I've ever seen, and I only found it today. Now, filtering by oldest, you guys can see they started about 4 months ago. It's called Gods and Mortals. They're of course monetized. They're posting sleep videos to the entire story of kind of Greek mythology, and they are absolutely killing it. If we go ahead and check their view stats profile, we can see they're currently pulling in 350k long form views a month with an RPM of about $30. That's 10k a month on this one simple channel. Now, if we go ahead and watch these videos, they're essentially posting ultra long form on Greek mythology, like fall asleep to the entire story of Frigg, Norse mythology for sleep. Obviously, if we go ahead and play this,
cosmos still bore the scars of creation.
You can see it's just a still image that they every now and then change, and of course using AI for the voice and AI for the script. And coming up to some of our last channels, we have Historical Architect. This is not ultra long form, but they're doing regular long form and they're killing it. They're posting videos like how did Vikings actually survive winter without freezing dead? And they're literally just using Sora videos the entire way through the video, of course, using AI to come up with the ideas, using AI to write the script, and of course, using AI to generate the videos themselves. Only started about 4 months ago. Of course, if we go ahead and check their view stats profile, they're currently pulling in about 500k long form views a month with an RPM of about $5 to $6. Next, we have Tales of Real History, a lot of history-based channels, and these guys are of course doing ultra long form yet again, posting videos like the real history of Ned Kelly, the notorious bushranger, the real history of Shinobi Momoki, kind of these history-based videos on specific icons that existed in prehistoric or kind of older times. Once again, only started, if we go ahead and filter, 2 months ago, and now they've built up a long-term ultra long form channel that's never gonna die. 160k views a month. If we go ahead and times that by about $25, this one channel is doing about 4k in revenue a month. And last but not least, we have Before It's Too Late YT. These guys are posting regular long form videos, kind of faking these old, these elderly stories. You can see 13 days ago, 2.6 million views. This one video would have made like $10,000. They're essentially posting videos from elderly people's POVs. Like, I'm 73, it took me 52 years to learn this, don't waste yours. Kind of catering to a younger audience. I built a 200 mil company, but lost my daughter. I'm 76 and alone. Very easy to make these videos. Very, very easy to kind of automate a channel like this. And of course, they're pulling in an insane amount of views. So I figured I'd include this on our list. Once again, guys, if you want to go ahead and join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. And if you want to generate ultra long form videos in minutes, go ahead and check out produce.so. Use the promo code release. It's only going to work for the first 2 people because the tool has just come out, but it is absolutely going to revolutionize the game. Once again, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.